Hey everybody, it is Mike. Today is Friday. That means it is time for the Horrorfreak85's Fright Friday. This week's challenge was to review some horror movie that is loosely based on true life. It could be any horror movie that it may be based on a serial killer or whatever. Just that something that had um, some maybe real life um, happenings that they based the story on. And I thought about doing like Wolf Creek or some of those. But really, the first movie that came to my mind with this was Amityville Horror because I'm rereading that book. So I thought, why not? Let's just talk a little bit about Amityville Horror. So, if you don't know about Amityville Horror, this is the original, which was released in '79, and I also have the remake that was released in 2005, and I have the sequels. But the original Amityville Horror is based on a house in Amityville. It's in Massachusetts, Maine. Where's this at? I can't remember. But basically, the story behind this house, whether you believe it or not, is that there was a family that was living in it named DeFeos. The older son allegedly started hearing voices, and eventually those voices convinced him to kill his entire family. So one by one, he went to each of their rooms and killed his brothers, sisters, and his parents. And he claimed that forever. In the movie, also in the book, another family named Lutz can't believe the great deal they are getting on this huge house. It's selling for very cheap, and they're not from that area, so they have no idea exactly what is going on with the house. So they buy it. And little by little, the house starts showing itself. The little girl allegedly sees a pig, and that pig is her friend, becomes her friend. The father slowly starts going a little bit crazy, and eventually goes blind. They have priests come in, they have law enforcement that finally tells them. Actually, I think the wife discovered exactly what went on in the house by going to the library and looking at old stories. Um, but yeah, this was a fun movie. It starred two of my favorite people, James Brolin and Margot Kidder. Uh, Very eerie. At that time, in 1979, my sister was about 20 months pregnant. Not really. She was pregnant with my niece Amanda, and I was a little kid. And she drugged me to see this movie, and she kept telling me she was going to have her baby because it was flipping her out. But yeah, I mean, a fun, eerie, freaky movie about a possessed house. Basically, the house is possessed with all kinds of crazy things. There's weird scenes with flies, and towards the end, the father is trying to get out, and he breaks through the steps and ends up in like this pit of blood. Um, and yeah, so kind of a freaky, fun little horror movie, ghost story-ish kind of thing. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, I highly recommend either of the Amityville Horrors. I like this one a little bit better than the remake, but the remake is also really good. It has Ryan Reynolds in it. Um, it's a little more intense. In this one, as James Brolin is kind of going mad, he's more like sickly, and um, he doesn't get like real till the end, to where Ryan Reynolds is like straight up badass, mad, crazy, threatening, uh, pretty much from the beginning. But so yeah, Amityville Horror. That is my entry into this week's Fright Friday. Hope y'all are having a good time. I'm bored out of my brains, but that's all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.